Thanks for acting like you care, making me feel like I was the only one. It's nice to know we had it all. Thanks for watching as I fall. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today. Some Aaron Levine. Trying to move my seat here. Okay. Coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI, DEVVE, Definity update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. As I want to say, hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. We have quite a bit to go over today. I got a text from my friend Abe yesterday. It's like, talk a little bit more about Definity. I bet, fam, bet. All right, so let's take a look at, and I don't know what this was about. I'll let you know what I'm talking about here in a second. On December, so a month ago, we had this guy named Sheriff DeFi, and Sheriff DeFi is someone that talks about Definity quite a lot. This post wasn't about them. They say, and I'll get to why it pertains to Definity in a second. It says the right to build wealth is universal, but what if billions lacked access? Facet Official is the Coinbase for emerging markets, already licensed to serve 2 billion people. Dive into wealth creation for high growth regions, and they're just launched Galaxy Quest, 1.5 million followers over on X. I don't know if this has anything to do with Definity, but he goes on about emerging markets, it being not just another exchange, calling it its own network, compliance focused, it's tokenized RWA, building for the future, asking why now, how you can get involved, giving you official links. And then Definity Markets went and did this. They went over and they requoted it with the eyes. And I was like, I don't know who runs the account, but it was like, why the eyes? Like, I feel like my friend Wangari, when he was asked, he's like, I need to know. I need to know. And they just said, stay tuned. And I said, okay. The team hasn't mentioned anything to me about what this might. I haven't asked. Fair point. I mean, I just asked. I'm like, exchange for emerging markets are they going to partner with Facet in some way? I mean, Facet Official only has 3,900 followers, but Definity follows them. I'm actually curious to see if they follow Definity. It'd be easier to go to Facet and see who they're following, because they're only following. Well, they follow Elon Musk. But yeah, this was interesting. So they don't follow Definity, but Definity follows them. I don't know what to make of that. I don't know if this is anything that's gonna could it having to do with Galaxy Quest with 1.5 million followers. I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you all posted. Let's take a look at Definity. I just opened my camera. I hate it when I do that, especially when I open it up and it's in selfie mode and I'm like, oh. Anyway, let's go to Definity over on the up 7% on the day to 4 cents. We had 2,900 in volume, less than 3,000 in volume. That's all it takes in order to get up to 4 cents or 3.99999. Let's take a look, see where this volume came from. Again, there's really next to no volume here. It is pretty much just from Uniswap. There is 187 over on PancakeSwap, $15 on Mexi. I don't know what was going on in Mexi that somebody had to trade $15, but that is what it is. Taking a look at this here, this is one of the things that I do get asked about a lot. Be like, Randy, you said this is your biggest bag, or my second biggest bag, and you have laid claim that it might eventually become your first. That's still possibly true. A lot of people go on and say, well, Randy, what happened with the chart? It's been trading between these prices since November 2023. Is it dead? Is it, why in between these prices? Because obviously past that, it's just been up and down, trading between 2.5 and 6.5 cents for a while. But when you zoom outwards, it was trading down here at like 0.3 of a penny. So obviously getting in over there in like the late 2022, early 2023 would have been a little more ideal. But still, it's like, okay, if you would have asked people what the price is doing there for about a year and a half, a lot of people would say, "Oh, yeah, doesn't look like it's going to do anything. Probably dead." And then it does a 10x from 3/10 of a penny to actually 3-4 cents. So it does that 10x, maybe 20x, depending on where we are in this in that cycle, in the up or down. Pretty much the same happened with DEVVE, and DEVVE I want to go over with as well. Somebody just blew it out, and they had like a $17,000 buy order. I'll try to find it here. It was yeah. So somebody just had right there a $17,000 buy order over on DEVVE. Well, I was like, that guys, if you're going to buy something, I wouldn't necessarily go and do that all at once. If it's something that has like 50 million in volume a day, yeah, 17,000 is fine. Or even something that has like 30 million, 20 million in volume a day, that's fine. Etherscan will not open for me, but that person I know is I legit just checked their wallet before this. It's not going to show me right now, but that's all they had. There was nothing else. If you go and do that, my again non-financial advice, but my recommendation here would be like, do it at like 5K a clip, because 5K is like this when that person put in 17,000 into one order. I'll show you the wick up here. It wicked up to like 1.71, and then obviously it sold back down. And let's take a look, see at what else has been happening since then. You had about 17,000 in sales. So again, it got sold right back down. Then you have somebody that bought like 12K, then 4K, then somebody sold 8K, and then another 3K. So it has been a bit of a battle. I will say this on the hourly chart: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There were 8 consecutive green candles in a row on the hourly. And then you had a red one, and then you had a green one, and then this one is not finished yet. This one literally just started. Like it just started like 8 minutes ago, and that'll finish over at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, Ecomi liking my stuff here. So I guess this is one thing that I have to go and talk about. I say, hey everyone, on 18 January, this is Saturday, so next week at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Mr. MC1 and I will co-host a special Collectors at Heart show. A VeVe is King of Collecting show. It's a multi-hour YouTube live with various segments on art and artists, comics and Marvel and independent, collectibles, events, VeVeverse, Stacker World, and more. We'll have links to donate to those affected by the LA fires, very special giveaways, special guests including artists, licensors, your favorite content creators, level 100 and special mint collectors plan to show up and chat various passions and collecting styles. It's going to be a fun and entertaining space to kick off the year. And I also tag VeVe, Ecomi, VeVe Comics, etc., etc. So comment down below if you guys want to go in and join, or what you guys think I should do, because I'm pretty fun with that. Before I move on here, I'm going to go, I love this video. I'm going to go on and ask y'all to smash that like button. It's a free way to help support the channel. On free ways or Patreon, smash the super thanks button down below, super chats as well. And yeah, let's get to the news, shall we? Fudge, I have to go. Yesterday, there's so many screenshots. Yesterday, no. So beginning off with Ben Rose, you had, is this Jan Collects? Yeah, so Jan Collects, who he interviewed me the other day. I'm gonna go over and give a shout out to that and retweet and all that once that's uploaded. Maybe it'll be uploaded at some point next week. He goes out and says, check out Ferryman 1986 from the German VeVe community. He's a special mint collector with over 330 collectibles, mint number 86 and 1986 in his collection. And then Ben Rose going off and giving me the props, man. Tip my cap to him. Broadly speaking, I'm not going to go over that. First appearance of Daredevil's iconic red costume that is going to come out on 16 January. I'll go over Ben in a second. CEO reacts to OMI NFT poll. OMI DEVVE. Okay. I guess just a little bit more on DEVVE before we get in here. A lot of times what me and Crypto Rain will say is that people tend to chase green candles. And when you do that, you go in and you tend to sell things at a loss to chase things that have done like an 8 or a 10x. Now, DEVVE, when it like the price right now, $1.64, is lower than the price in which it launched at. It wicked up to like $2. I think the candle closed at like $1.80. And then it was a steady, and I'll show you what I mean here. It was a steady downturn for months. And everyone was like, this is a failed launch. It launched. Everyone that had tokens in the pre-sale immediately sold. Anyone that made any money immediately sold. And then came a time where anytime you bought in the first like 24 hours, you were just losing money. It was going down every single day, and I'll show you why. From again, this is like 11 months old. DEVVE. It launched last year, like last February, March, and here is the token unlocks. Now, obviously, all of this has yet to be unlocked, but look at how steep. Look at how steep those token unlocks were. And now, so you had 0 to like 80 million token unlocks. So I just farted. I'm so sorry. You had 80 million tokens of DEVVE that were unlocked in like 8 months. And then what happened? Then people stopped selling because they didn't have any more. There were no more tokens unlocked. And then suddenly, again, I bought at 30 cents and it got cut right in half. Went down to 15. I didn't buy as soon as it launched. It was going down. I thought 30 cents is like trying to catch the falling knife. Bought a healthy amount, went down to 15. I bought more. Then it went down to 12. And I was like, maybe if it goes down to 9, I'll buy more. And then went back to 15, 20. So be advised, from the bottom, it's done like a 12x. You know, kind of a lot. So I've had a couple people say like, hey, Randy, should I sell my OMI for DEVVE? You know, had you done, and I had a friend tell me or ask me that at like 90 cents, where I was like, listen, I'm putting some new money into it at 90 cents, but I'm not selling anything at a loss to put into it. Now, had I done that with OMI, OMI's about the same, and this is done like another, I don't know, like 60, 70% rise since then. So obviously that would have been beneficial, but again, you can't really tell. That being said, I'm not saying to not do it. I'm not saying like, oh, Randy, do you think it's over? I think DEVVE goes to dozens of dollars, maybe even hundreds, if it depending on the partnership. Now, this partnership for DEVVE could be taken way out of context. It could be a small exchange, like I don't know, something in the cryptocurrency range or the cryptocurrency exchange where it's not as big as everyone's hyping it up, and people will be like, okay, so you know, how much money are they going to make from it? Is there really this use case? Are they going to have to hold a certain amount of DEVVE? But if it's big, and again, there's many things that it could be that I don't know why major news stations, and it's been kind of hinted at that they might cover it. I don't know why they would really care if it's just a crypto on crypto deal, where if we're doing something for a small crypto exchange. If it's like a Wall Street to crypto deal, and it's like, oh, all right, this is interesting. They're using their blockchain, then that's a horse of a different color. So again, I haven't sold any DEVVE. I've helped friends accumulate more, even at $1.25. Yeah, give me $10 million right now. Yeah, a few million would go to DEVVE. I have no idea what happened short term. Paul from Definity was on Crypto Rain show the other day, and he said that, you know, you could have a healthy pullback to like $1. Could go down, you know, could go down that much. I mean, that was on Wednesday, so that was several days ago. I don't know if that'll continue to happen. I would say his answer is probably much different now. I did say it goes to $1.40, and then, you know, straight shot to $2 if it had no resistance. Doesn't seem like it has. Again, if it weren't for that one candle, we'd have like 10 green candles in a row. And again, a lot of these people might just sell the news. It might go to, whenever the news comes out, some point this quarter, go right to 250, $3, and then get cut right in half. Because again, people sell that news, and it could come right back down here, even lower. I have no idea what happens in the short term, but I believe before the end of the year, depending on the partnerships and the hype, what is it now? $1.65. I mean, 10x is $16. Like, that's like nothing. I don't know what's 50x from here. $90. I'm sorry, $80. 60x would be, yeah. I don't know, maybe 60, maybe another 60x. If it goes to hundreds of dollars, it could go well beyond that. I have no idea. But I'm just telling you guys that's where I am. So I don't want to seem like I'm contradicting myself, because me and Rain say one thing, like, hey, a lot of times people sell at a loss in order to buy something that's pumping. And it's like, well, Chavez, didn't you just buy more at 90 cents? I did. I didn't sell anything for it. And didn't you just help a friend, buy at $1.25? You just said. I did, but he didn't sell anything for it. It's just new money. So again, I'm just trying to give you guys perspective on where I'm coming from. Anywho, let's go over the rest of the news here. Oh, I went over that already. Nice to see those. This is amazing. Go over this. Speaking of which, Lion Crypto King says why DEVVE is leading the future of blockchain. 8 million transactions per second. Lightning fast performance. DEVVE Exchange is a next-gen exchange with seamless integration, real utility, and powerful partnerships. Enterprise integration. Plug-and-play RESTful APIs, no blockchain expertise needed. And patented tech. Privacy, fraud prevention, and regulatory compliance. Game-changing IP. Value-driven. Real-world solutions for enterprises, governments, and ESG impact. Innovative staking. Rewarding users without inflation, value creating at its best. Global reach is solving challenges in supply chain, gaming, digital health, and finance. And future-proof, seamless transition for Web 2 businesses into Web 3 ecosystems. DEVVE isn't just another blockchain, it's the future. Agreed. So I guess OMI's on energy chain as well. I had no idea. I can't find out where to do it. I've never used energy chain, but somebody found it the other day. Like, hey, it looks to be on energy. So it's on Ethereum, it's on Base, it's on Polygon, it's on that whatever layer 2 it's on, and then it's on Go Chain, and it's on energy chain as well. I don't think I know anyone that has any on energy chain. I wouldn't put any on. I have some on ETH. Actually, yeah, I have some on ETH, but most of everything's on Base. All right, I guess we'll go to Bing Bong and VeVe here. So VeVe, I'm not gonna lie, I expected them to do, I don't know, at least 30K on this. Let's go over the numbers now on what they made on Inside Out. It's been about 9 hours right now. So they have, oh nice, they burned 140 of these editions. Cool. So 2510, so it's 700. Hold on, 700 for Joy. That's how many sold. And then for Sadness, what are we at? 60, so 1660, so 450. What did I say? 700, 450. Okay, 1150. Didn't need a calculator for that. And then Bing Bong, how many of him sold? There wasn't that many of him. There was like 400, right? Yeah, like 450 or something. So 225. All right, actually plus 175. All right, so 1325. So it's 26,500. Not terrible. Better than a kick in the pants. Oh my God, water is so good. For this though, I'm not gonna lie. I expected these to sell a little bit more. So I've been wrong the last 2 times. I did not think Maserati would do that well. Maserati destroyed. And these stuff. So I guess most of people who are on VeVe are men. With crypto and all that in general. Boba Fett does really well. RoboCop does really well. Cars do really well, so it's a lot of men's stuff. And I'm not saying that, like, well, I mean, this is not their target audience. Disney doesn't necessarily target like middle-aged men. I guess they do in way of their kids. Don't get me wrong. Inside Out was a. I understand why people love it. I even though I can understand and appreciate why people do love it, it was too feely for me, and I did not like feeling those feels. So I do not. I don't know if I'll ever watch it again. Inside Out 2, I liked. I think I liked better. Probably because I was a little tipsy, and I think there's a post I'm going to read here from fudgesicles. I don't know where I went. Okay, so there's a post that I'm going to read here from a guy on the VeVe, guy named Robert Geek, saying Inside Out just turned you upside down. Disney Pinnacle drop Inside Out was on December 25th, 2024. Had a drop price of $50. Here's how much they go for now based on marketplace preview event ending last week. What? Sadness is $420. Everyone comment, blaze it down below, $420. There's no way people are paying this. Disgust is $250. Joy is $179. Anger is $124, and fear is $99. Fear is such a better character than sadness. Joy is such a better, like, sadness is like the worst character. Sadness must have been like the, it must have been like the, I don't know, like the chase. There's no way people are paying those. Like, maybe they are. Comment down below if you are on Disney Pinnacle and you have seen confirmed sales for these, because I don't think there's any way, but just reporting it as I see it. VeVe Digital Collectibles on Inside Out that dropped today, 98. Well, I mean, we don't have to. We'll go to this. We'll go to the actual market. The floor price for Joy. Let's take a look at this. I know a lot of the floor prices really go by. It could go by auction as well. So I want to go and see it. So it's $4. Sadness, go by lowest price. Sadness is $4.25. And then Bing Bong. Take a look at what the Bing Bong is. So, I mean, obviously, as you see here, the prices are quite low. $26 for Bing Bong. Again, how many sadnesses were there? All right, there's a bit of a, so there's 1750. So let's say 1660. And then remaining editions are 1201. So there's 400 of her that are like available. Like there's 400 out there in circulation, and they're going for $4. Well, so out of that, 68 of them, which is more than an eighth, that's more that are for sale. And again, sadness is like I think like the worst character. Joy is pretty awesome. And then Bing Bong's my friend. I love him. So anyway, let me continue with that post. Saying 98% of users got that, which is just the prices are just secondary market is very, very low. And again, if anyone is talking about Disney Pinnacle and they have confirmed stuff, like if you're in that world, let me know if those are actually, if those are selling for that price. If it is, then VeVe's got to take notice and be like, hey, I know that you have like the chase where Bing Bong had like 500 mints, but these guys, like all of these guys, I'm assuming they're like 300 mints or something like that. I mean, there's no way that people are paying $420 for sadness when again, unless she's like a super chase, there's like 30 of her. Sure, I just don't. I don't see it, but maybe that's happening. And if it is, if these prices are real and people are paying that, VeVe's got to take notice. And I don't know if the deal with any of these creators and licensors and executives from Disney have any power saying like, hey, actually, we want these higher, the more mints that we create, the more we could eventually sell. Even if they don't sell right now, they'll sell them. Does Disney, I mean, I guess Disney does collectible stuff all the time, but they got to know that it's not necessarily a store. It is a store. And I guess really they only get to sell them once. even though they make money selling them again. I'm very curious to see, again, one, if these prices are real on Disney Pinnacle, and two, if Disney's gonna, if VeVe can respond. Now, again, obviously, Disney Pinnacle targets those those people that are on there, which is people that love Disney pins. And VeVe, VeVe just made what it made, and now like they clearly know their audience, men between the ages of like 25 and 45, but then 55 as well. When they go on and they do a license like this, they're probably certain that like, hey, this isn't really our demographic, but obviously having Disney's awesome. I'm just very curious how they're interpreting these numbers. Where now obviously where these numbers are going to be a year from now, they're going to be completely different. And then also how people go in and buy and sell on Disney Pinnacle as well, because that they said event ending, marketplace preview event ending last week. So I don't know how their secondary market works. I should probably figure that out. Okay, anyway, let's move on from there. Oh, so 20 years ago on January 10th, Fairly Odd Parents did an episode stating that Timmy's dad was going to expire on January 10th, 2025. That is, or was yesterday. So everyone comment F down below to pay respect, because he gone. He dead. Winning. All right, winning. Okay, can't go over that. What up? Shout out to Mescal Miranda. Ran for LA, but he's going to, as soon as he gets back to LA, we'll be working with the city to help recovery efforts. Prayers to them. Mr. MC1 had something with, he posted about Stellar.org, 800,000 followers over on X, and MoneyGram, over 250,000 followers on X. Stellar says, from launching Stellar smart contracts platform to connecting with our ecosystem at Meridian. MoneyGram says we welcomed 11 wallets to the MoneyGram Access Network this year. And Mr. MC1 says it's exciting progress for them. I guess he might have a seat on board with them or invested with them. Either way, always interesting to see what Mr. MC1 is up to. Tell your network this, tell your network that. I'm not going to go over that message right now. James Butterfill, or aka Jay Butterfill, says Bitcoin is the top ranking asset across all asset classes for the past 10 of the past 13 years. Winning years: 2012, 2013, 2015, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 23, and 24. The only years that it lost to were US REITs in 2014, DXY in 2018, and DXY in 2022. Bitcoin was the top returning asset the rest of those years, which is wild. Moving on here. Sure. Okay, went over that. The markets. Dog Boy says, sorry, Steelers are on behalf of. That is fine, Dog Boy. That is quite all right. A couple of comments here. Bill Gardner saying, first, let's go. Mr. MC1 says, hi all. Meow, 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 meow. We do have BV Meister going out and posting. It's interesting how certain crypto bros present the world interesting court documents in his very own misleading way. Especially in our space, do your own research is the way to go, no? So here's what you need to know. At this stage, the claims of dishonesty and misrepresentation in the MB Technology versus Orbis blockchain technologies case remain allegations and have not been formally established as facts. The case entered a 3-week trial starting on 25 November 2024, focusing on MB Technology claims regarding its shareholding in Orbis and potential damages. The trial is expected to conclude these days. The pre-trial rulings show that the court is trying to avoid delays. A ruling from the High Court could take several weeks to a few months after the trial ends, depending on the complexity of evidence and arguments presented. Given the high stakes and contentious rulings, e.g. on privilege and fraud, an appeal by either party can be likely. This could extend the resolution process by 6 or 18 months or more, depending on whether the case moves to the Court of Appeals or Supreme Court. Just ask freaking AI to explain you a thing or two. Don't blindly trust some bros, and now go sell your OMI or buy more. So obviously this was written with AI, so take all of that with a grain of salt. Some things might be a bit more true or factual than others. Also, speaking of which, I guess, oh God, where is it? Some more lies by certain people saying that, again, casting aspersions on David Yu and company um, were casted today. And I'm not a lawyer, but I have a couple of friendos who are. And it is quite common to not answer certain things. It is quite common for your lawyer, even the judge, to go and say, like, yeah, you don't need to answer that. So again, any aspersions that were cast over the last 3.5 hours are just that. It seems that a lot of people that seem to want to hate on the company or try to shove misinformation out there are up to their old tricks, and you just got to be careful where you get your information from. Anywho, let's move on. Where were we? Oh, this chicken was so good. So I was looking at Cryptoys for some reason yesterday, and they have 23,000, almost 24,000 followers, and they have a pinned post from October 24th. But outside of the pinned post, which got 17,000, almost 18,000 impressions, their last actual post was from December 25th saying happy holidays, wishing you the very best. And their post before that was 20 days prior on December 5th. So they had what, two? Uh, one thing to build in silence. That's all great. I wish Ecomi would be a little more active on socials. VeVe's hella active on socials. And again, I know there's that, not really rule, but there's their kind of strategy of, well, no need to like talk about something if there's like nothing to say. And like, I get that, but that doesn't mean you can't go off and comment on other people's stuff. Like, have a nice day. This looks cool. Hey, did you buy this with OMI? Like, like something like that. Something to that effect. I thought would be nice. This fan art is really cool. Oh God, I can't go over that. Converter. Wow, these are awesome. Oh my God, these are so cool. Oh, HBO has a 3-season plan for the It prequel series. Can we get some monsters, please? I feel like I do nothing but come on here and complain and ask for stuff. Like, can we get monsters? Can we get this? Can we get that? I will spend money on it. I will spend money on Pennywise. I will. He's so cool. He's so cool, man. He's so cool. So let's go over this. We have a conversation here from Hollywood Crom saying, prop report, anyone stacking these, talking about Marvel Comics #1, saying has utterly lost their minds. It's nice to have for a novelty in your collection, sure, but I'm waiting for the right price, which he says should be around $4.99. He says 2 years ago, I predicted MC1s will be 20 gems. I was told I was insane. I'm here now to lower that floor yet again, saying $4.99 is the new price. I know the guy is buying the wall. Yes, you can afford it, but be prepared to hold 20K of these with the floor at 10 gems. I respect it. Obviously, he's being a little bit facetious towards the end there. I don't think anyone has it close to. That's a third of the supply. There's no way anyone has that. Anyway, he goes on and talks about Marvel Comics. The floor yesterday was $17 or $17.99. I just want to go and poop. I put Marvel Comics #1. I think that should be one of the first things that comes up. It is the 163 in the market. Be advised, out of the 60,000 that these had, there are thousands of these that are in bot accounts and they are locked up and they are never seeing the light of day. So one, it's $21 for the common, $40 for the uncommon, $50 for the rare, $110 for the ultra rare, and $2,000 for the secret rare. This is either the #1 or #2 comic on the app, fighting with, I would say, Amazing Fantasy #15, which has 10,000 editions, and that's first appearance of Spider-Man. Those two, I think, fight for the #1 comic on the entire app. I know it's going to sound nuts because we have like 12,000 monthly active users. There are not enough of these. I will say that again. There are not enough MC1 comics for the rest of the people that are going to come in here and want one. I know it seems, again, a bit haughty for me to say that right now, but I'll say this. I can't go over, I mean, I don't have an NDA. I could go over whatever I want, but I won't go over anything that's I've been talking about as far as benefits or anything with the affiliate marketing program guy. But I can tell you about the people that I'm bringing him. I do not hold a candle to anyone that I'm bringing to him. And I don't mean like by intelligence or crypto bags, right? I'm just talking about follower count. And everyone that I've brought so far is like, is good. They're like, yeah, this sounds great. I haven't brought anyone to VeVe where they've said like, this isn't worth it. The company is too hard to work with. I don't like the benefits package. I don't like the product. Like there's nobody that's been saying that. So I will tell you guys that it's coming. I don't know when. It could be several months from now. They could start to roll out this quarter. I have no idea. But again, I'll say that I will have Ben on again after he does what he first set out to do, increasing the users by 4x. And I think that happens middle of the year. It could happen in one of two ways: either all of the marketing that they plan on doing, or it could just be that the NFT narrative hits and then it starts to snowball. It's going to be nuts. And 60,000 comics, I know, sounds like an impossible mountain to climb to get that many people that want it. I guarantee you it is not enough. So anyway, moving on here. Brockman Blockchain saying, if they did what they said they were going to do and let people collect X of something to unlock a prototype or burn X to get Y, then it may do something. I have a small stack because my strategy was to grab 10 of everything of the season 1 comics, but that went sideways. Most won't read the comic once, let alone the 40 copies they own. But here's a cool idea off the top of my head. You can offer comic panels that you can craft if you burn X copies of a comic, several key panels, to display more like art in the VeVe verse and showrooms. You could burn several items to upgrade your rarity, like evolving drops. Take a few gems to support the IP to do so. I get the utility is reading the comics, etc., but I do think that digital you can do more with, and then should. That's one of those things where Brock is just a fountain of ideas. I think they should probably use some of them if they can. Some they might be already are. I don't know. Anything that he's talking about, they could already have like on the back burner. I'm just reading you what he's saying. He says, pretend I was in charge of a stagnant platform, not saying VeVe. Obviously, he's just talking in general, saying if I could work with an IP holder to say, hey, let's try something different. What if we made comic covers into upgradable dioramas? We'll sacrifice if the users choose some SKUs from the secondary market, but replace them with something that maybe are more sought after to get more secondary items. We can also charge a small fee of like $5 to complete this. We'll need to burn X copies of the comic in question, and we'll have a breakdown of rarities and how much each counts. 25 commons, 10 uncommons, 4 rares, etc. Burning those gets you the base plus X in it already. Then we have our mighties that are also on that cover. If the user burns their base and a mighty, they get that character upgraded into their collectible, mighty B, mighty C, etc., to let them have flexibility in what collectible they end up with. The first XX people to complete the new collectible would get a Y physical. We cover the cost for the new secondary activity, plus people may speculate which comics could be next to get similar treatment. We can also experiment with different types of collectibles for burns. Show a breakdown of the current secondary earnings versus what's possible and projected, and if it makes business sense, it could respark things or even have people get access to bigger drop-offs or free drops. Now that last one is probably going to be the big one. Again, showing a breakdown of their current secondary earnings versus what could be possible. And if it makes business sense to do it, that's very, very hard to predict, especially in I mean, again, NFTs have been going up. Some things in VeVe, most things outside of VeVe, they have been going up. So the secondary market, like, they could wind up getting to the 9th inning of all of this new stuff, and then the market takes off and they didn't have to do any of it. They could probably not do any of this, save that time, save those resources, save that money, and then it'll take off anyway. Or 6 months will go by, 8 months will go by, that NFT narrative still might not have hit, and then be like, damn, we should have done that. That's another thing that we could have done to up it. So it's really hard. I'll say that they've been built, like, Ben didn't just get here and then say, like, I'm just gonna kind of hang out and watch how things work for a couple months. No, dude hit the ground running. So when I talk about stuff that they've been doing, you will see some of the fruits of that labor likely in the next couple months, maybe a little bit this quarter. Anyway, Brock goes on to say that I think it adds layers versus creates one absolute of value or valueless. So I am sitting on 100 of the same comic, and I believe they'll be worth more one day, but currently that hasn't happened. I could set 20 of them on fire, making my other 80 now more scarce. And if others choose to do so, it'll help. It helps all of our items be more rare. It gives me something else that could be more liquid, that I could even use to potentially buy back some of the comics I think will be more rare. Am I saying this is how you create the value everyone believes should exist? No, I'm just suggesting I'm offering new layers of play and enjoy and collect that may be more closer to trading, just in a way that removes it from the circulation versus shifts it to someone else's pile, which could help speed up the process by reducing the supply optionally. That makes so much sense. Instead of just trading it to somebody else's pile, you just have, like, you burn it. And that sounds awesome. As I also didn't see them as randomly created trinkets. It'd be directly tied to the comic and could provide something to add to the way users may choose to display their comics, etc. Again, my original point was doing something that they like. What they said is better than doing nothing and letting everyone sit on 50 editions of the same comic. The user base needs to grow, and adding more layers of fun and interesting layers to things, I believe, is better at doing so than just letting people sit around muttering collectors at heart with a clenched fist. Understand that. Seems to be a little bit salt in there, but again, I understand it. Again, Brock, I don't know if he's an actual genius or if he's just very smart. It might be a fine line there. He can do things very, very efficiently. You see it in fiches all the time. If there's anything, like, everyone in Web3 is all about, what utility do I get? What utility do I get? They should know about the fiches, because I don't think there's a single project out there that gave more utility to the people that own their product than the fiches. That being said, again, I love, so I'm going to try to be unbiased about here, because I love that man. I love Brock. No homo, little homo. I've seen ideas that are really good come and they just didn't catch on. I think that's just kind of what happened with Fish. Again, they still create. I mean, it still could catch on. I think these ideas are good, and a lot of his ideas have been great. They just haven't caught on yet. Does that mean that they're bad? Like, oh, his ideas are really good. Shouldn't they have caught on? Not always. What VeVe has been doing, and again, they try stuff new. They try new stuff all the time, and eventually they'll get it right. It's like when Biden's team gets the right mix of cocktail meds inside of him, and he's like sharp as he was 30 years ago. Awesome. But you have to find the right combination of meds to do that. VeVe will find the right combination of value and scarcity and rarity and fun, and they'll find it. They have enough money. They have enough people. It's not just like they have enough money and nothing's coming in. They're still constantly making money as well. They will find that. And they might not need to find it. Again, when that NFT narrative comes in, it's going to be like, okay, whatever we do, they're just going to think that we're gods, because that's just what it's going to be. That being said, there's something that I had taken a look at today that I really want to go over. It was from, I promise I'll get to the thumbnail in a second. Bit busy right now. Oh, Fanny. Oh God, where is it? Okay. Crypto Cat 2147M says, I predict that this week we will see a shift in volume from AI coins to memes, with unicorn fart dust being the front runner, going to 500 million to 1 billion. People are getting tired of the hundreds of AI rugs launched every day. This is something that going to be a bit of a sore subject. I do not have any AI coins or any AI tokens. I can pick a good or a bad CEO out like that. That's not the issue. The issue is I don't know it well enough to understand the underlying technology and say like, okay, or how is this AI thinking? Is it a way that they're using some analog thinking? Are they using some like if and let statements when they're coding? Are they doing like I don't know the underlying technology well enough to say that this is good, this is bad. Like if someone were to come out with like a trading card game, I immediately, okay, people like this, they'll hate that, like whatever. Again, and most trading card games, I don't want to say they're trash. They don't work. But on top of that, you have people, because AI has been like a narrative and AI has been talked about quite a lot, that is the future. But what a lot of people are doing is, again, the same thing that I've told y'all about multiple times before. You're an AI company, this is being done with AI, shut up and take my money. And most people are doing that without really being able to do any research, because they don't know how. And everybody probably knows somebody that, yeah, I put like $6,000, or they won't even say the amount, be like, yo, I 6x'd my money, not telling you that they put in like $100 into it, and then they also had like 10 other projects they had $100 into, got rugged on a bunch of them, but this $100 did a 6x. And again, there are definitely people that say like, yeah, I threw like 10 grand into it, did like an 80x. Like there are those people as well, not as much well known. But for however many people that kind of gamble and make that money, there's a lot of other not good projects out there, or rugs. Remember how that certain someone that tends to FUD VeVe like every day was talking about how Mammoth AI was like a great company, and then they rugged everyone? A lot of people don't do their own research, including the person that supposedly checked out the company. Jesus, man. If people get too sick of getting rugged on a certain narrative, like AI. Now, obviously, AI is the future. AI, like, hopefully doesn't take us over. But with AI being the future, many of these companies will have very fine CEOs and incredible valuations, but most of them will not. Most of them will go to zero. And a lot of people are going to get burned, and they're just going to be like, nope, not going with AI. So you have Cat 2147M going off and saying, as predicted, we are now seeing a major shift in volume from AI coins. He's saying back to memes, but I think he's missing out on NFTs. I don't think he's clocking those. Again, 300 million a week in volume for NFTs since some point last year. I'm pretty confident that that trend continues. And if AI is not going to be the next narrative, which it still might, but if it's not going to be, then I think NFTs can be the next one. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's move on. Yeah. Guy named Beanie Maxi says, F NFTs. I'm not using that dumb word again, giving that green check mark to digital collectibles. I don't. Okay, I have a little. Oh wow, I have a lot of comments. So I'm gonna go finish up the news here, and then I will read everyone's comments. Let's go. Calum UK says, "Hey, meow." Toby Sanders better. He says, "Yo, my man, what up?" Turtle saying first like, let's go, let's go, Turtle. Love that, man. Mr. MC1 says, "Yo, meow, 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 meow." Calum says, "Hey, Randy, meow, meow, meow." Turtle says, "Let's go Notre Dame." I think you mean let's go Ohio. That was a great game. That was I streamed yesterday early so that I could watch that game, and it was a very nice game. It was a damn that last drive and the boom and the tackle. Oh god, Mr. Jones was hi Turtle. Woof. Baby Zombie says yo what sound do turtles make? Oh, I know what sound they make when they. If you know, you know. Chago says hey fam. Yo, what up, Chago? Did I say hi to Zombie? Hi Zombie. Energy, give me the peace sign. Roseanne, Mr. MC1, great to be in the same space with you. Going to be epic in the VeVe-verse. Yes, it will. Garner says, what up, what up? Mm-hmm. Sleeping Comic says, Randy, oh my God, sleeping. Miss you. Ernie Mouse says, thanks, Dogboy. It was a fun game. It was. Oh yeah, the Steelers are on, right? Let's go take a look at what the Steelers are doing. Steelers score. All right, 7-0 Ravens right now. But Steelers have the ball, and it's 4th and 1. It's the NFL wild card round for them. I think the Texans beat the Chargers before, right? Anyway, I'm rooting for the Steelers for you. Fred Wangari came up 3 times a day. He's a Ravens fan. I remember being in basic training. We went in December, and we finished like a week after the Super Bowl ended. It was like 8.5 week basic training, and there's a guy that's on what's called like EC duty, where anyone can like ring down, like if there's like an emergency, they could ring downstairs, and like an actual Air Force member will go in and be like, hey, what's going on? Like, because again, we were all just trainees at that point. We weren't graduated airmen yet. So in the intercom, he was like going, because again, like in basic training, you don't have like you leave the outside world for 8.5 weeks. You go off and you cease to exist from the rest of the world. The rest of the world, like I distinctly remember getting like a 3-day pass, going to like this mall, and in the food court, because we ate the same thing for like 8.5 weeks. So I went to the food court, and the Pope stepped down, and this one guy, I think his name was Werner, goes off and says like, I'm going to remember forever where I was. The first time Pope was like stepping down, and I felt like it was like a big deal. It's like, well, I guess I'll remember this too, and probably I do. Anyway, the guy in the EC duty thing keeps on like beeping up to us, giving us the scores, and then after like the Ravens won, so this was Super Bowl 2013. One guy's like, guess what, guys? The Ravens won the Super Bowl. Did you know that the Raven? He would not shut up about this thing for like ever. I miss that dude. So I'm gonna shoot him a message. I'm gonna write on his Facebook wall. Where's Wangari here? I'll message him. Does he even check his messages? I don't even know. Maybe he does. Talking about you and your Ravens on live. Yeah. Hope he's doing well. Anyway, Turtle gonna say, Randy, I'm in the car with my son Nate, and he wants to know if you want to ski down White Heat this year instead of hiking up. It's your choice. Okay, I know this was said like 51 minutes ago, so I don't know if you're still here or not. Never will I. You ain't catching my brown at like brown people. I don't think ski in general, but you are not catching my brown booty skiing down anything. I do have a ski trip planned softly with a couple of friends, and I will not be doing any skiing. I'll be in the cabin. I'll be drinking with everyone else who is afraid to ski or snowboard, because I am not my guy. Turtle, I literally almost died multiple times when we went hike up that thing and then down that thing, I can't ski. I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Mr. Emerson was, hold the date. 18 January, 3 to 10. Mr. MC1, we can't call it a mega stream and it be 3 to 10. We're gonna do like 3 to midnight. All right. VeVe is king collecting mega YouTube live on the Randy Chavez channel. Support for Cali firefighters, loads of gifts, many VIP guests, and more. Yes, we will. Thank you, Mr. MC1, for that super chat. We will have links down to it. I right now I'm gonna say it's like Red Cross and Best Friends Animal Society. Those are the links that we'll have. But we will take suggestions as well that day. Where was I? Oh lordy. Yeah, so I'm not going to be skiing or hiking ever again. I'll be doing the opposite of that, which will be sitting. VeVe Zombie says some legends are in the house. There are legends in the house. Irene says, Randy, my wife officially hates you. Says every time you go live, you steal me away like some sort of internet home record. Let's take a picture of that because that is hysterical. Let me wipe off my phone with some. Okay, there we go. That is great. Let's see. Did the Pittsburgh Steelers go off? And no, Ravens have the ball. Okay. Let's go back to the DEVVE, and it's back down to 162. So we'll have another red candle here, unfortunately. But I remain whimsical. Bill Gardner says, at Zombie, fun under the sun. Says, hey fam, what up, what up? So yeah, Bobby Green, am I Liam Neeson in the movie Taken? Because apologize to your wife for me. VeVe Zombie says, yo, BG, whatever happened to VeVe? Yeah, bro, VeVe be crushing it. VeVe be crushing it. I mean, whatever happened to the rest of those companies that are no longer here? VeVe crushing it. Omar Kasaj says, good evening. Good evening, Omar. Yeah. I have some, oh God, who's the one that used to say, was Lord Chaos? Or Darth Chaos? He would say something like, oh, General Darth Chaos. He would say, hello there. I miss him. Jason Pena 2000, thank you so much for being a member. Saying, on the check-in. Yes, you are. Arnie Mao saying, VeVe is very alive, well, making money. Agreed. Tony Salisbury says, happy that they finally fixed the showrooms on VeVe. Been playing with that for the past day. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, heck yeah. Wangari is locked in. See? He's real. He's a real boy. Anyway, oh, he's in Japan? Mother flapper. Enjoy Japan. So like I told the story of when we were in basic training and you kept saying, guess what? Guess what, everybody? Oh God. Everybody. Ravens won the Super Bowl. He's such a fun guy. I miss him. Oh my God, I can't type. Okay. My dad told me. Is your dad Wes? Jason Pena says, you down with DEVVE? Yeah, you know me. You down with the DEVVE? Yeah, you know me. Ernie Mouse saying 12 million digital collectibles sold. They make money every time one trains. It's dead. Dozens of employees working everywhere on new things and improvements, and they're dead. Jason Pena says, VeVe is wanted, dead or alive, a la Bon Jovi. 3GP Garrett saying, the real Randy Chavez, price predictor for this year on OMI. So I have multiple. Let's go to the highlights, shall we? Because I have a couple ideas, a couple of days, bears and futters, illustration, millions, 24 hours. Oh my God, where's my price predictions? I thought I put it. I have a couple ideas. For VeVe, nope, I did that. Up on the 90%. I swear I have the price prediction here. Hang on. Okay. My bear case would be not a lot gets done with VeVe or OMI, but we pump anyway because of the narrative change, and we get to either between 0.008 and 1.2 cents. The last local high of 2022, and then the all-time high. So that is my bear case, is that we just get back to all-time highs. Well, between 0.008 and all-time high. My base case going to be around 3 to 5 cents. Now, 5 cents would be a $15 billion market cap. That is a decent amount higher than what Sandbox's Sand and Decentraland's Mana was last bull market. My bull case is 8 to 10 cents. 10 cents obviously being $30 billion market cap. It's a lot, I know, but this happens if a decent amount of what VeVe has planned happens. And then it's pretty much guaranteed if we get Pokemon. But yeah. However, I do want to go over my golden goose scenario. That's what Crypto Rain talks about when the market overcorrects. We should not reach, let's just say what I say. What is it at 30 cents, at 10 cents? It's $30 billion. So we should not reach $100 billion market cap. That's like 33 cents. We should not reach that or higher. And people continue to not pay attention to market cap and just the price of the token. I think it's possible we do reach 18, 20, 25, or even 30 cents. That obviously going all the way to 50 cents, which again, it should not happen. Gun to my head, no. I would say less than a 3% chance that it happens, that 3 to 50 cents. 50-cent mark would be $150 billion market cap. And that's if the burns were almost nothing. Now, again, even for 30 cents, you would need mostly everything listed here. Multiple big exchanges for liquidity and ease of access for the token. Rolling out of VeVeverse phase 1 with any type of OMI to accessory so that there's demand for the token. Then a big reason to burn massive MCP points and bronze tickets. So the only way to get more is to burn OMI. And actually, for the record here, this is the thumbnail. Wes had gone on and said, oh, actually, I'm not going to go over that. Wes had gone on and had a poll saying, when will Ecomi allow OMI to NFT for Disney and Marvel collectibles? Obviously, it's on the table that all brands could potentially come and doing that. There's no guarantee of anything, but Wes says it's going to be 2025, 2026, or 2030. Yet half the people vote for 2025, and half the people vote, or less than half, but almost half the people vote for 2030. So Wes requoted it saying 100 votes with 49% of people thinking OMI to NFT for Disney comes in 2025. And Ben Rose gave the eyes, as in like, hey, maybe they're not wrong. Now, does this mean it comes out next month in February? No. Does it mean they will likely roll out before December? Probably. Are they going to be the first things that roll out with OMI to NFT? Maybe Marvel. I don't know if Disney would be on board with that just yet. They might be like, yeah, Marvel, you go do that and, see what happens. I mean, that's the way it happened for the drops in general. We released Marvel stuff and then we released Disney, months later. So maybe that type of thing happens here as well. I don't know. Anyway, influencer marketing like we had last time, but bigger. I think we can. Our referral code program in conjunction with an ambassador program. This will also help with influencer marketing. I think we can get this as well. Roll out phase 2 of VeVeverse, which is IP branded worlds, and show us IP worlds of major licenses. I don't know if we get that this year. You can announce officially that we got every single license from Recur after their collapse. Officially announce Alibaba and explain why it's crucial to onboarding people in Asia. Major marketing in Japan and China once the Alibaba explanation is out. Announce once again that OMI to land might be on the table once the Coinbase versus SEC lawsuit is settled. You could have big OMI burn parties every quarter where they burn from the business development wallet to get people hyped. Chavez, why would they burn from the, well, they said they would burn 5.5 billion OMI and they haven't yet. Pretty sure that'll be on the table at some point. I think selling a piece of the company to Apple or Tesla so that they could raise 100 million and use it to scale appropriately, getting Nintendo and Pokemon to see the light and to make the smart decision to let VeVe take care of their high-end digital collectibles. Get Harry Potter license after they inevitably flop on wax. Get DC Comics onto VeVe. Having QR codes in Marvel shows that people scan to get a free comic on VeVe instead of Marvel Unlimited. The future is digital. Encyclopedia Britannica stopped printing physical copies over a decade ago. It's time to slowly phase out these physical comics. Have the narratives of digital collecting, metaverse, and AI all hit, creating massive hype for VeVe, its VeVeverse, its OMI token, and the AI they plan to use in the VeVeverse. If all of these things happen, I do not see why we can't be 30 cents or higher. Now, again, that's my golden goose scenario. Everything has to happen well. So the golden goose scenario, I think, is 3% or less chance of happening. The other ones, again, you asked, so do that out there. Toby Southbridge, he's wrong. West Types, yes, he is. This is my girlfriend made me go for the inside out shot. How'd you do? Let me know. West says VeVe be thriving. Agreed. I said blaze it. 420. Let's go. I'm good. Yeah, I'm feeling all right. I like pot. Many people do. I am not necessarily one of those people. Ooh. Wangari says, hope for another run like that. This will be a great repeat of that year. Rooting for you. I mean, I'm not rooting for you, but dog, I'm telling him I'm rooting for him. I am really rooting for the Steelers, but I just had to tell my boy that he's, anyway, what is their score? Oh, 14-0 Ravens. Okay. All right. Ravens probably gonna win this one. So we talked about inside out drop is a perfect example of not enough liquidity on the app. You needs to burn the leftovers. There are a loud minority that have been asking for them to burn the leftovers, and they might do it at some point. I mean, they have done that in other things as well. Do they do it on here? I don't know. We'll see. And again, it is really going to depend on the licensor as well. It's not just going to be they can't just automatically do it for all of them. Mo Collection says, yo, what up, Mo? Harry Mouse says, why are they around hiring several new employees in the last month and a new fantastic co-CEO with a great resume, while their former competitors have virtually all gone out of business? Oh. So he sounds right. He's just rage baiting. He is. Agreed. As said, he said, you speak for thousands. Agreed. Again, he's talking about West Snipes, not the other one. James Blanchard says, woohoo! Woohoo! That was not me. The cat in the house. Whoop, whoop. Big cat in the house. Yeah, 100%. The West Stipes guy doesn't look like he is yeah, he's not doing anything. I'm just gonna kick that guy out. There's no good that comes out of that guy. Anyway, so your $60 worth of tokens to go away. All right, Blues is a clown who keeps selling the spikes or totally manipulating the token price. I wouldn't say that's really manipulation if the guy just wants to have some exit liquidity. I don't, and again, there hasn't been any spikes for OMI in quite a while. We had a little bit 1 to 005 ish on the 30th. Over the past 3 months, we've had multiple up to 0007, but really over the last month, we only had 2, one up there and then one up. So there hasn't been spikes in a while. When's the next time it starts? I don't know. Toby Salisbury says, I don't really collect comics aside from the grails. I think most comics will be 1 to 5 gems. Personally, more bullish on collectibles, provided we have utility. It's going to depend. I think there are some that are going to be so scarce. I think utility is not really going to matter. They're just going to go in and get pumped just because people like the characters. And there's going to be more people that like the characters than there are collectibles. And it's going to go that. Mr. Jones says, hey, Ernie, great game. Nice win by Ohio State. Look forward to the finals. Me too. I think Ernie's actually going to that game. I think he's actually going to Atlanta for it. The number of CEOs in this space now. There's quite a lot. Yeah, yeah, it's strange. They all come together. Walrus King says my daughter's found a Minecraft, and we're learning about together. Looking forward to VeVeverse. I'm pretty sure it'll be amazing. Sky's the limit, in my opinion. Agreed. Mr. MC1, thank Randy. Very impressed with your content and how you deliver it in a fun, light, and humble way. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I am the best, aren't I? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I just, you said humble and I had to. Sandboxing ditto. Oh, thanks, man. Danu T says, anyone know how to transfer OMI to the VeVe wallet? I don't think you can anymore. I think they took that option away because I think they want everyone to go to Stacker and they want you to put it on the Stacker wallet. So yeah. All right. Anyway, Mr. Emswin, thank you so much for the super chat. Going off and saying, hold the date, 3 to 11, 12-ish Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, 18 January. VeVe is king of collecting mega YouTube live on the Randy Chavez channel. Support for Cali Fires, loads of gifts, many VIP guests, and more. Andrew Ball says, hey, Randy. Not sure you've spoken about this yet, as I've just tuned in. But what are your thoughts about the court cases with the falsifying documents? Take a look at the person who's accusing him of falsifying documents. Just the people in general. My opinion is a big nothing burger. Why kind of bring old stuff out now after the, what do you call it? After the court case has officially ended, judges has to make this ruling. There's nothing that I would consider worrisome. It's all, again, I bought more OMI up to 200. I'll probably get up to 210 end of February, as long as the prices stay down here. If they don't, oh well. But yeah, nothing to worry about. Big nothing burger, in my opinion. And Sajay says, should we get Wendy-O to see how we can support more for Cali? If she wants to, if she thinks that it would be a net positive for everyone and it is efficient, then yes, let's do it. Every little bit helps. Mr. MC1 says, hi, Bobby Green. Woo. Who number one was who false. There's just accusations that someone, again, neither here nor there. JP Tree says, what if VeVe made AR digital collectibles of meme coin characters or more decentralized meme coin characters like Dog? If they were going to do something like that, I would rather them do it for their own IP. They have the VeVe letters, they have the Ecomi secret rare logo, but there's no VeVe characters. I have so many ideas. Please let us. Oh God. Greg White, who I had interviewed a couple months back, has a bunch of characters. Like if they were to work out a deal with someone like him, like not him, but someone like him, or maybe him, and then you go on and say like, hey, we'll print your whatever, we'll give you drops, but we have to own these characters now, and we'll give you a certain amount, and then this way they at least have, like, again, if they don't and they just want to do it themselves, awesome. Let me know. I have no limitations on that type of creativity. I'll help. I'll do whatever. But yeah, like, so again, the Decat comic that we're coming out with, it'll be on VeVe Comics. That is based on a lot of meme coins. It has Sharby in it. It has Pro the Doge as a character in it with the Doge community. It has obviously Decat, and then you have, well, whoever else is going to pay us. There'll be other things, like there's other, I don't know, am I supposed to? No, they know. People know, right? They know those characters are in there. There's other characters in there as well. It'll be pretty fun. So MC1 2025, VeVeverse, Stacker, new categories, new Japanese and Korean IP, independent comics, digital comics, epic parties. Can't wait. Michael Ansel, I've been buying MFA that closed Friday at $9.55 with a book value of $18.42, 35-cent dividend each quarter. Not bad, kid. Brandon, so be advised, Mr. MC1. I normally would, but that's actually his birthday. I don't know if he's gonna do that on his birthday. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to ask him to do something on his birthday. He was supposed to call me today too, and he didn't. So you tell him that he could give me a call back. That'd be nice. I could just text him after the weekend. You don't have to do that. But yeah, it's his birthday, so I don't want to. I don't like doing work stuff on my birthday, so I can't imagine that other people would. Maybe he does. Maybe he's just like, for my birthday, I want to work at 70. I don't know. I don't know. Michael Guzelian says, "Hi, Randy. Just wanted to see your sentiment on Ecomi, seeing as it's now 2025. Every price prediction from yourself, including skeptical ones for others, were laughed at by you as impossible." Yeah. Well, in case I lost about $20,000 in bets because things that I thought would happen over the last couple of years didn't happen by a long shot. Um, that doesn't mean they're not going to happen. It just means that it didn't happen yet. So, not gonna lie, a little salty about that. But I did assume that even if we weren't at 1 cent, we would be at like half a penny, and clearly we are far from the case. So I was stressed about that 20K, but had to do it. It's still good. Like, it's still going to happen. It's going to come at some point. It could, that NFT narrative could kick off next week. It does seem like that's the next narrative that's going to happen, or in a narrative like DeSci, or out of a narrative out of nowhere could happen, and that could pump. Hopefully, it's Dev. I mean, DEVVE's been going up. Can we continue that? I'd almost rather it not, because for OMI, because if DEVVE goes up and then I roll it into, let's say, half Definity and half OMI, and then Definity goes crazy, dude, I'll have like $500 million OMI after it's all done if OMI doesn't run till like November, December. But I think after DEVVE, OMI will start to move, I think, end of this quarter, but definitely in Q2. And that's even if the narrative doesn't happen, or at least doesn't happen at that time. But the narrative happening, it's not going to matter. It's just going to go crazy. Yeah, the VeVe characters would be dope. Maybe some of the community can help out with it too. Yeah, I would like something like that as well. I don't know what they would want. I mean, they would probably want something the whole family can enjoy. Like, I don't think they'd want like an R-rated character like Deadpool. I'd love it, but Bobby Green says, "Hero, my brother against the dark side." But has been accumulating more OMI again. Something big needs to happen in Q1, or I might just cut my losses and move on. All the change of the power in the SEC, the road is set for no excuses, in my opinion. I agree. Now, again, I am going to let the new CEO cook. I'm going to let him do what he needs to do. Because yeah, it's now obviously the VeVe team is trying their hardest, and they are doing the best that they can. I mean, yeah, they're doing their very best. And again, obviously Ben being kind of the new blood that we needed, that's been like the most valued not purchase, he's not for sale, most value add to the team that I think they've done in quite a long time. Again, I'm going to let him cook. We'll see how long. I would say in the next, if it doesn't move by the end of Q2, we have to really start looking at why. It's like, okay, if we've added, and again, it's the reason why I keep saying Q2 is I fully expect something to happen with some type of affiliate this quarter. But even if it's not outside affiliates and it's just like, okay, we're going to try it off with the people that normally do VeVe. Okay, fine. But if they roll out actual other affiliates in Q2 with a bunch of followers and it still doesn't happen, then it's like, okay, maybe we're like way too early and we're just not ready, and then this bull market is just take a giant bath. Now, I don't believe that's the case, because I believe that the NFT narrative does hit. So it is possible that not a lot of it catches on, even with the affiliate marketing program, and you do have to wait for the narrative. I do think, though, that with the people that we're getting, it could help kickstart it early. So that's my idea. So someone's okay. We sing happy birthday out live and send them. We could do that. I have tried singing with other people on there before, and because there's like a half a second delay, it does get a little weird. Ow, my body. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll try it. We'll try it. Oh yeah. All right. Sound good looking. I know some incredible deals in OMI on Stacker already. There are some incredible deals. Hold on. Wallet. Bid. Okay, yeah. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for me. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi, bye-bye, Dashi. You were everything that I wanted.